Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be trying DOUYIN makeup. I was inspired to try this makeup when I was in Las Vegas because I saw a girl walk by and she had this makeup look on and she looked phenomenal. She looked like the prettiest person I've ever seen in my life. So I've seen a lot of DOUYIN makeup tutorials and girls trying it, and every single time they eat up and look so beautiful. So I'm gonna give it a try and see what it looks like on little old me. Okay, so we're gonna start with my eyebrows. For most of all the pictures and videos I've seen, the eyebrows are pretty straight and fluffy. Usually I will use a pomade, but we're gonna fill it in with a powder and see if we can get kind of a light fluffy look. That makes sense. But first we're gonna start with moisturizing our skin. Want to make sure there's no dry skin for when we go and do our makeup. Our foundation is going to be all crusty and flaking off of our face, and we don't want that. So I'm actually going to be using a lot of eyeshadow palette, and I've had this Jaclyn Hill Neutrals palette for forever. For eyebrows, we're going to start with a lighter shade than my brows. From the tutorials I've seen, oftentimes they will use colors that are a little bit lighter than their actual eyebrow color, like a soft fluffy look. So I'm gonna go in with this dark color Boo Bear. Can you see it? Will it focus? Right here, Boo Bear. I'm gonna go in with that color and just fill in only the ends of my eyebrows, because it looks like for the most part with this makeup look, the eyebrows are not too heavy in the center. It's more focused on the outside. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna focus on the outside. And then while I'm also doing this, I'm gonna try and keep a straight look, because that's what it's looking like in these photos. It's a very straight brow. Okay, that color was looking a little bit red and it was looking kind of ugly. So I'm going in with this darker color right here, this one. And I'm gonna just go on top of that redness to kind of make it not look terrible. And then since it is a powder, it's not gonna sit as heavily as a pomade would. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of what's remaining on my brush and just line the bottom of my eyebrows to try and straighten them out a little bit. Now I'm just gonna take a spoolie. I don't know what happened to my actual one, but this is just a broken off piece from an eyebrows pencil I had forever ago. I'm just gonna brush up the middle of my eyebrows to fluff out that powder a little bit more so it's not so harsh. Brush. And then I'm not brushing all the way to the end. I'm only doing the center part so that center isn't so heavy. All right, and then that sort of just softened up that middle section up a lot more. Okay, so I have my foundation on. That's literally the only base I have on. The next thing we're gonna do is my nose contour. So let's look at some reference photos for that. So the nose contour I'm gonna do, I'll insert a picture, but I'm gonna do the middle one that says small nose. So we're gonna try that. So it looks like there's contour in the middle, and then on the very tip of the nose, and then there's also goes concealer follows it. So I'll map that out and then we'll blend it and then see how it looks. So this is what the placement was looking like in the photo. So we're gonna blend it out and see what it ends up looking like. So I blended out the outside concealer with a blending sponge or beauty blender, and it blended better than I thought. I thought I was gonna be looking crazy in here. I'm gonna do the middle with a brush just to keep it more contained. So in the picture, it also looks like she has some blush on the tip of her nose, so I'm gonna go in and add that as well. Okay. We're not looking bad so far. We're looking pretty decent. Next, we are moving on to the most important part. We're moving on to the eyes. I'm just gonna make sure that my concealer over my eyes is blended out smoothly. We're going to set that with powder before we put the eyeshadow on, so that the eyeshadow isn't smudging and so that it sits a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and set those eyelids. And then I'm also just gonna be setting like my cheeks and any areas that crease because the base is basically done. We'll just have to like do blush and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna set everything so that there's no creasing and so that we don't end up looking bizarre. Eyes are prepped, everything is set. Let's do the most important part of this whole makeup routine. Let me pull up my reference photo. So I really like the look of like the glitter eyes for the Douyin makeup. So I found one that I'm gonna follow. I'll insert the picture. I'm going to obviously be using colors that suit my skin tone a lot better, but it's gonna be like the same placement, if that makes sense. So like a light base, everything else. Well, I'm going back in with my neutral palette and we're going to start. It wants you to start with the light color, so I'm actually just going to do this light brown as my base color. On the tutorial it's asking for it on the full eyelids, so that's what we're going to be doing. So I got a little sidetracked and I accidentally started using this color instead, but honestly I think it looks like a better base anyways. It showed up a lot better, so use that one for my base. Let me just make sure it's all like smoothly blended in there. Okay, for 2 it wants a color a little bit darker than that one, so I'm gonna go in with this color right here and we're gonna use that as our outside just on the corner eye. It's asking for it just on the corner, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm trying to make sure not to overlap too much into the center area because that's where we're gonna be putting our glitter. Okay, so I'm done with that darker outer corner. And then now for the middle, it's wanting that glitter. Well, we'll go in with this for now, but I'm probably gonna replace it with my Juvia's Palace. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna do my Juvia's Palace highlight actually, because I do love how this one looks. Right there in the middle. Perfect, beautiful color, love it. This is like the perfect highlight ever, so pretty. I love how the Juvia's Palace looks. It looks just so beautiful. Okay, so that's the top lid. So now for the bottom part, let's see. So it wants me to take that first shade under my eye, and then it also wants me to take that second dark one into the corner. So we're gonna start with that first shade and go under the eye, tap off any excess. So that's that first color that we used, and then now we're gonna go in with that second dark one for the corner. Making sure just to focus it in the corner of our eye. Okay. Does it look like I didn't get any sleep? Because that's what I'm feeling like, is I look crazy. With that Juvia's Palace highlight again, right under our eye. Blend that out. And then that kind of blended in with that color anyways. And then it wants like a lighter color for the middle, but since there's no color anyways that I used, I'm just gonna go back in with that Juvia's Palace because it is a pretty light highlight on its own. Lots and lots and lots of highlight. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow look. So I want to make sure everything is well blended. So that's going to be the look for the eyeshadow. Another important part of Douyin makeup that I always see people do is this like under eye part, like you want to make it look like as like what's the right word, chubby as possible. So I'm gonna just go in under that with a light brown to make it pop a little bit more. Then this color is also that first brown I have been using for the majority of this makeup, so I would call that good. So now we're going to be doing the eyeliner. The eyeliner is like very simple, very thin it's looking like. Let's find a photo. Honestly, I feel like when it comes to doing eyeliner, it's just like whatever is best on your facial structure and facial features. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do like a light wing because that's what looks best on my eye shape. So alright, finished my eyeliner, and for mascara I'm gonna try and clump them together as much as I can. It is a simple like lash look, but I do like it when they're like you know how anime lashes look? I do like how that looks, so we're gonna try and get to that with our mascara. So I went ahead and did my mascara. I did the top. I don't usually do the bottom, but in all the photos I saw, they do the top and the bottom. So I just decided to do it. From here, we're gonna do our blush placement. It looks like a lot of it, the blush is kind of like right here, like under the eye. That's where I'm gonna do my blush placement. If I can find it. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do our blush placement right there, and we'll see how that looks. Just right under that eye and a little bit up. Yeah, this is usually when I do my blush, I kind of do it like all the way up here, but we're just gonna try and stay in this bottom area. And of course, I can't forget my nose. Going in with more highlight, it looks like the nose is a very, very prominent highlight place. So the tip of the nose and then right there on the bridge. Have to have highlight. Duh. I think I need to make that like bottom part just a little bit more prominent, so I'm gonna just go in with some more brown, just so we're making sure we're fully living up to the style, you know? Okay, I made it a little bit more prominent. I think that added to it, so okay, now onto our lips. Looks like they like to make like the shape of the lips like very prominent, the cupid's bow very prominent, so I'm gonna focus on that. And then the lip is like kind of blended out a lot, so I'm gonna just use my nude, or not nude, but this one matches my lip tone. I guess it is a nude then. And we're gonna try and make that cupid's bow very, very prominent. Going in for a lip liner. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this red for the inner lip. With the Douyin style, it's very kind of like an airbrushed look rather than like a structured like lip liner and lipstick. So I'm just gonna kind of blend that to give it that softer look. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more highlight on the tip of my nose, just because I think it'll look cute. I'm going to add just a little bit of like contour on my like chin and cheek area, just a little bit, like a very light color, just because the blush placement was making my face look very round. Okay, I ended up fixing up my hair a little bit, but this was the final result in some lighting. Honestly, I think it turned out pretty cute. I like how it looks. I like how it looks on my face. I don't mind it. I think it's a really cute look, actually. I don't know, maybe I'll start doing like a look like this. I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, thank you for watching my long little tutorial slash trying something new. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.